listening to the Jumper Cable Records podcast. I'm Kiara Davies. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm sitting here in Nashville with Rocky Bottom. We discovered you at Magnolia Road's American Roots showcase back in September. We were getting some footage for our lovely friend Erin O'Dowd. Rocky, you were there. You were playing the round after her.
Yep.
And we stuck around, and he kept the camera rolling. And we kept looking back and forth at each other are you hearing this? Are you hearing Rocky Bottom? Because you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You're really amazing. So we are entirely excited to have you here. Thank you for sitting down with us.
Excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And I feel like I need to mention this just for all our listeners. If you hear Cupid Shuffle in the background or Cha-Cha Slide, we are truly sitting underneath the birthday party happening. It's Saturday night.
I'm digging the vibe though.
So if you feel you notice yourself singing along, it's not just you. It's really music playing in the background, but we're here for it. Yeah. You ready to get started?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Definitely.
I'm excited. Let's start with a rapid fire round. This one's a would you rather. Would you rather have 100 duck-sized elephants? This is silly.
I like this so far.
Okay. Or one elephant-sized duck.
One elephant-sized duck, hands down.
Yeah. I'm always amazed how quickly people answer these would you rathers. What's your thought behind this?
I think I don't know what I'd do if I had so many, if I just had one big awesome thing, I think,
Yeah.
I like that.
And if you don't know Rocky Bottom, you have this theme with yellow too. I feel like that would go really well with your theme if you had a giant duck.
Oh yeah, like a yellow duck? Oh
yeah
totally. I could be really into that, yeah. Give me ideas now. Maybe next album, giant duck.
I think I'm thinking more like rubber ducks, I guess, but yeah.
Oh, giant rubber ducky.
Yes. Bring it to all your shows.
Maybe I'll try to give it a little mustache and a hat and
cute. An eye patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. All about it.
Yeah. I like
all about it.
I like that. Well, sweet. Okay. Next question. In honor of your brand new EP you just released, which we'll get to in a minute, what is your favorite scary movie?
Ooh, there have to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one.
Okay.
I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I kind of it sounds weird, but it's been in my family. My dad loved the movie. My brothers loved the movie. We were turned on to it at a young age, so we always thought there was always some kind of mystic thing to the movie.
Oh, yeah. That's really cool.
I'm very big on that movie. Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It did sound kind of funny, but no, it's
it is. The movie's in our family.
It's an heirloom movie.
It's an heirloom movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You know it.
But,
that's awesome. So it's kind of nostalgic, kind of comforting.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know about comforting, but it's definitely I'd say Texas Chainsaw. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good choice. Yeah. All right. Just to keep on going we'll roll with the Halloween theme. Why not?
Yeah.
The EP is called Scary Movies. So go stream that. Pause this episode, go stream it, come back to the episode. I do want to say when I was growing up in LA, Los Angeles, Unified School District, we, in elementary school at least, always had this Halloween parade. So we would do, a lap around the schoolyard, usually at a Monster Mash. Yeah. And you got to showcase your costume for that year. But that made me kind of think what was a little Rocky Bottom sporting back in the day? What were the first costumes you remember wearing?
Wow, that's a good question. I was big on Ninja Turtles.
Yes, which one?
I think Leonardo, maybe, if I remember. Batman, definitely big on Batman.
Yes.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Believe it or not.
You dressed up as Mrs. Doubtfire.
I think my sister, actually, she helped me with the costume, put it all together. But, what else? I don't know. Yeah.
Was this last year or was it?
Yep, this is now 2 years ago, maybe. No, I don't know how young, but I don't know. Whenever Mrs. Doubtfire came out, or maybe a little after, but yeah.
That's fantastic.
Another heirloom movie. We were very big on Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's good.
Made good for a double feature one night at the theater.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's a throwback. I really didn't expect that. Can you dig up photos for this?
I think I have a photo of that. I'd have to really dig deep, but I'm pretty sure it exists.
All right.
Yeah.
If you're in possession of this photo, please send to Nashville ASAP. Okay, no wrong answer here. Mm-hmm. I've always wanted to know, just because I feel like it's a regional thing. Maybe not. Again, no wrong answer. Is it Halloween or is it Halloween?
I'm a Hal kind of guy.
Yeah.
I guess. Halloween. Yeah, I definitely don't say Hall. I say Hal, yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween. I don't know if that's an East Coast thing. I'm from New Jersey, but yeah, I mean, Halloween.
Okay. I always said Halloween, but...
Halloween sounds nicer. Halloween.
Does it?
Yeah, I feel like the proper way to say it is like All Hallows Eve. You know?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Or like all, whatever.
Maybe that's where that stems from.
Right? Yeah, Hallow sounds correct. Hal kind of sounds like annoying, like, it's Halloween.
Like hallowed, you
know? Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
Right. Thanks for making me feel better about that. I felt like I was the one who was like a little off center there, but all right.
Good question. I'm going to be thinking about that.
Well, we love following the migration of musicians, especially in a place like Nashville where everyone's kind of a transplant for the most part. And we were talking before the interview started. You are originally from New Jersey, but you have been here for the better part of a decade.
7 years. Yeah, 7 years.
That's awesome. But I want to know, our listeners want to know really, even though you hail from New Jersey, what was the impetus to move over here?
I think I started listening to singer-songwriter-ish kind of music, like John Prine and Todd Snyder and that kind of stuff. Yeah. And once I started digging deeper into that, I feel like I started gravitating. Nashville was in my mind. And then I thought, like, well, I'm not going to stay in Fort Lauderdale, Florida forever, you know, even though it was nice. But so I moved. Dang.
Yeah, you kind of have to go back to those roots. And I feel like Nashville is really the source of all that.
It really is, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, in what ways have you seen your music transform since you moved here?
I think it's gone through so I came here for the roots and the songwriting stuff, but it's weird because now I'm starting to go back into what I was into before with this new EP, kind of more like punk rock-ish, more of a rock and roll feel.
Yes.
And I think the album that I made when I moved here, 2 albums, are more soft and, you know, roots songwriter kind of stuff. So yeah, I guess now I'm going back to what I used to do.
How funny.
It's a circle, just going to keep going round and round.
It's like the 7-year cycle.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Well, you just dropped an EP, a fun EP. It's called Scary Movies. It is fantastically spooky. So again, please go stream it wherever you listen. But your sound is so brilliant. And I have to bring that up because for new listeners, Rocky Bottom is, and this may be my interpretation, but you're equal parts like Elvis Costello, Bob Dylan. I hear some Beach Boys in this EP.
I like that.
But like Pet Sounds, and some Ramones. So I was I loved that you brought up that punk is in your music now because I definitely get that sound. I get that vibe. But you have this brilliant fusion of sounds and more particularly with your EP Scary Movies. I want to know what the inspiration behind this timely theme was.
All right. So this is going to be a part of a bigger album that these songs are going to be on. But I noticed that there was kind of like a spooky section of the album. And I'm like, you know what? I need to spend a little more time on this album anyway. So why not put out the EP first, get my ducks in line in order for this album. And then, so that's the game plan.
Dang. So we have more music to look forward to.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh my gosh, that's super exciting. I've just always wondered with things like, you know, people come out with holiday albums and I've always wondered about that, like magic that they put into it. You were recording this long before Halloween, but you just happened to like release it in October. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's a magical process. Which of the 4 songs off the EP are you most excited to have out in the world and play live? Is there one that like lights you up?
Tell You Like It Is.
Yeah?
I think is, the one that I like to do. At least, well, you guys were at the show. Playing that live felt really good. So I had the most fun doing that live. It's kind of got this like Latin mambo kind of feel to it in the beginning, and then it gets rolling. So I like that one. That one and Scary Movies, I think, are my favorites.
All right. To really wrap up, let's do some shout outs. Who can we say hi to today?
Who can we say hi to today? Hey, Johnny boy. What's going on?
Hey,
What's going on,
boy.
Simons? Little JB.
Hey.
Shout out Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
Who else? Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi, Mom.
And
those are my favorites.
yeah.
Thank you again for sitting down with us. I'm so excited for you all to hear this EP. And you're going to do a song or two for us acoustically?
I think so, yeah.
Well, stick around.
This ain't no coincidence. No, this ain't nothing new. And even though you know it's coming, somehow it still gets you. When the lights go down, you watch and don't make a sound. And long after it's over, it's still hanging around. And just like scary movies, it all won't be okay. But I still like scary movies. This is the part